Buenos días y bienvenidos a todos. Good morning and welcome, everyone. Welcome to a community dedicated to providing spiritual tools for living a happy and full life. My name is Karina Shearer, and I am the Spiritual Director and Founding Minister here at the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta. If you would like to join us for our Zoom meeting live, please contact me for the link and the password, or check our website, www.cslpv.org, and you'll find the link on the weekly talk section. Today is Sunday, April 26, 2026, and we are continuing our annual theme, Open at the Top. And the monthly theme for April has been the practice of becoming. Today, our topic is love as a daily commitment. So at this time, I would like to once again welcome everyone, including those that are new to our teaching and to our center here in Vallarta, whether you are on the live Zoom call or watching the replay at a later time. Here we teach a philosophy that honors all faith traditions. So whatever path you are on, please know that it is the right one for you. The philosophy we teach is called the science of mind, based on new thought and ancient wisdom, where we offer spiritual tools and principles to promote personal growth, and we honor diversity in all aspects. When Dr. Ernest Holmes founded this teaching in the 1920s, he studied both Eastern and Western spiritual texts in order to create the science of mind, which focuses on the individual use of thoughts and this powerful thing called the mind. Each week, we offer a service with an inspirational message. We offer the Zoom meeting at 10 a.m. and meet in person at 12 noon on Sundays. And either way, whether you attend in person or on the Zoom meeting, please hang out with us afterwards to share a coffee and some great conversation with like-minded people. And now, as we do each week, let's review our purpose, vision, and mission statements. We have a grand purpose here each week, and that is to awaken and celebrate diversity and to love and serve our community. We do this by means of our vision, creating the life you desire. And this is supported by our mission to provide spiritual tools for personal growth and transformation. And more on all of these can be found on their own drop-down file on our website. And now, please join with me. And if you so choose, gently close your eyes and take these words as your own for this powerful spiritual mind treatment. And just a note that spiritual mind treatment is always done in the first person. So once again, take these words as your own, if you so choose. I go within to the place where the Most High resides. It is all life, all good, and total perfection. As the beloved offspring of the Most High, I recognize that I myself am life. I am good and I am perfect. Today, I see myself and all I encounter as vital beloveds of the Most High. Each is here to fulfill their divine purpose, and everyone we encounter is a guidepost on our eternal journey. I experience the goodness and perfection of life coming together with my family, friends, and those I meet for the first time, with the expectation of a deeper appreciation of who I am and why I am on this planet at this time. The world expands to encompass every living creature. The life of God uniquely expresses. Love points the way, and life becomes a blessing that I am humbled to experience. All is good and very good, this day and always. With deep gratitude for the ever-expanding upward spiral of life I'm experiencing, I release this word to the law. It returns to me made flesh, and my life is a blessing to all. And so it is. And that was originally submitted by Reverend Kathy Kuna from DuPage, uh, in Aurora, Illinois. So now let's talk about love. What if love were not a fleeting feeling, but a daily practice that reveals who you truly are? How much do you practice love as a sacred path to your true divine revelation? Well, the Centers for Spiritual Living, we know that love is a universal principle. Love is the outpouring of the universal spirit through its desire to express itself as creation. Love is the impulse, and the law is the form that creation takes. Therefore, love is not something that we can just give and receive. It's our divine nature. Different spiritual practices and methods help us open our inner understanding to align ourselves with the consciousness of our true being and to know that love is more than a feeling. It heals blockages to help us open ourselves up and to live love as a revelation. Frederick Bales wrote this: perhaps the three greatest words in life are, God is love. Love is the very nature of God. So yes, love is more a practice than a feeling. It's more than a fleeting emotion. It's a way of being, existing, and acting in the world. It's not always easy or pleasant. It sometimes requires determination, perseverance, and presence. Love manifests itself in patience, attentive listening, unconditional forgiveness, and in the small acts of daily care. It doesn't depend on mood or anything or everything being perfect, but on the concise or the conscious choice to open up, to understand, and to sustain that love. It's a commitment that is renewed each and every day with ourselves, even in the midst of fatigue or differences. Feeling can be spontaneous, but loving requires a willingness to open up, to give of ourselves, and to practice this constantly. Ernest Holmes wrote this: in moments of real inspiration, we realize, to a degree at least, that God is all, the life in everything, and the love. So there's blockages that can prevent our ability to open up. And these false beliefs in separation are blocks to becoming. When we recognize our divinity, fear dissolves and energy flows freely, both toward us and away from us. However, we often carry unresolved emotional wounds, judgments about ourselves or others, and expectations of our environment that act as filters that distort our perception. We become fearful of rejection, loss, pain, And we put up these invisible barriers to protect ourselves. This apparent protection isolates us from our true selves. When we try to control our relationships or how they manifest, we limit the spontaneity that genuine surrender requires. The mind, trapped in the past or preoccupied with the future, loses sight of the present, where real presence can emerge. So when we let go of this need for control or perfection, the natural flow of who we are finds its channel. The act of opening up begins with decision to trust, to be available, and to see things with a new eye, beyond the old stories that no longer define us. Don Miguel Ruiz wrote this: "You can see everything with the eyes of love. You can be aware that love is all around you." So in the Sufi tradition, Rumi said, "Let yourself be silently drawn by the strange pull of what you really love. It will not lead you astray." Love is not something visioned or visited occasionally. It's something followed, trusted, and lived each day. The path of love is walked through continual turning, returning, and aligning one's life with the calls the heart, pardon me, the path of love is walked through continual turning, returning, and aligning one's life with what calls the heart forward. Love here is not a single moment of devotion, but a daily surrender to what is deepest and most true. And Ernest Holmes wrote this: "There, through the door of our own thought, we enter into universal consciousness, into a complete realization of life and truth, of love and beauty. We sit in the silence of our own souls and listen." So love is a revelation of becoming. It's a profound recognition of what has always been present, but only becomes visible when we are ready to feel it. It is an experience that is not imposed, but revealed as we open ourselves to it. Every gesture of tenderness, every sincere act of care is a window into our essential nature. It's not something that we acquire, but something that we reveal as we transcend the layers of ego, fear, and defense. As we mature spiritually, we let go of old ways of relating based on need or control and begin to see from a broader and more free space. In this process, the heart becomes an instrument of perception, capable of seeing beyond appearances. What once seemed external and separate is now recognized as part of a living, indivisible unity. And this vision transforms the way that we inhabit the world. We no longer seek to be completed by others, but rather share from the fullness that this is revealed within us. Thus, we encounter, or every encounter becomes an opportunity to contemplate the mystery of life manifesting itself through our connections. I remember in my late teens, early 20s, All I wanted was to be happy, to be loved. And so in my first marriage, that's all I asked for. And yet it wasn't what I received because I was relying on receiving happiness and love from someone else externally. And after I divorced, I found that love and happiness were already within me. I didn't need to go and seek it out. It was already right where I was. In the book, His Dark Materials, Philip Pullman wrote this: after nourishment, shelter, and companionship, stories are the thing we need most in the world. So celebrated each year on April 27th, Tell a Good Story Day reminds us that tales don't just entertain. They're how we connect, remember, heal, and dream. Whether it's a tale of love found, a spiritual awakening, or that time your uncle tried to deep fry a turkey indoors, a good story lingers long after the telling. In spiritual communities, this day can be an invitation to share sacred stories that shape our lives, stories of transformation, of grace in ordinary moments, or how we come to see the world just a little differently. So this week, remember that becoming is not a destination to be reached, but a sacred dance between who we are and who we are remembering to be. As we practice love, not as a fleeting emotion, but as a living expression of our divine nature, we begin to see clearly what has always been here, our oneness with the whole. It's not about adding something new to ourselves, but about removing what obstructs our perception of the eternal in the everyday. Every time we choose to open up ourselves, heal a wound, let go of control, or love unconditionally, we are tuning the instrument of our being so that the melody of spirit can be heard more clearly through us. Rumi said, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." And as our Science of Mind teaching reminds us, love is not something we give or receive, it's who we are. By practicing love, we reveal the being that has been waiting to be recognized. And in that recognition, the wheel of being finds rest, and we awaken in the indivisible heart of love. What thoughts or wounds prevent you from fully opening yourselves to giving and receiving love? Are you willing to let go of the need to control how love should look? Things to ponder this week, and process any resistance that you might have with compassion. Imagine that every act of tenderness that you choose is a seed that you plant on your path of becoming. And before responding to any difficult situations, take 3 deep breaths and ask yourself, what would love do here? Remember, love isn't always feeling good. It's choosing to be present. Conscious micro steps create fertile ground for love to blossom from within. And I'll leave you with this final quote. In an intelligent study of the teachings of the science of mind, we come to understand that all is love, and yet all is law. Love rules through law. And that brings us to our affirmation for the week. I practice love consciously, and in that act, I reveal my true nature. And now it's time for our news and updates at our center. We are continuing to meet during this summer at our new location, the Living Room Bookstore and Cafe in Cinco de Diciembre. And we will be most likely starting to meet inside where there's air conditioning for everyone's comfort. And this location is updated on our website. If you are interested in learning more about the Science Mind teaching, we do teach classes via Zoom as well as in person. So connect with me or check our website to find out details about upcoming classes. And there is a survey for your input for upcoming courses. So please check that out and let me know what interests you so that we can plan dates for those as well. We do have a few suggestions, and that would be book studies on Why is God Laughing at Me? The Four Agreements, and Untethered Soul. So if any of these interest you, please let me know, and I'll post those offerings on our website as well. Also, if you would like to connect for a one-on-one spiritual mind treatment session, then please contact me so we can arrange for this. And if you would like to commit to being a member of the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta for this current year, as membership is renewed annually, or if you would like to be on our board of trustees, please contact me so that you can receive the current forms. I'd also like to remind you to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and Facebook page. And let me know if you would like to receive our weekly posts on Substack. And now it's time for mindful giving and financial support of our spiritual home. We rely on your support to continue our center here in Puerto Vallarta so that we can continue offering this powerful teaching of the science of mind. We bless the financial gifts that you give, no matter the amount. Donations can be made using PayPal or Tithely through our website, www.cslpv.org, and you'll find the donate buttons for both on the landing page as well as at the top of the page where you find the weekly talks. Alternatively, you can still mail in a paper check by addressing it to www.cslpv. Don't send it to our website. Send it to our address, CSLPV number 403, 2125 Birch Road, Kelowna, BC, V1Y8N1. And now, please join me in our offertory affirmation. I know that my giving blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give and receive. I do give eternal thanks for the abundance that is mine to share. So thank you for coming and sharing this time together. And let's continue practicing peace. We can each be a force of peace and nonviolence. Our words and our actions create ripples of peace all around us and beyond. Peaceful living includes acting with compassion, kindness, and consideration, And it also includes standing up against injustice. And yes, more than ever, we need to stand for peace. So hug your friends, hug your loved ones, and hug your neighbors. May peace and love be with you. Blessings. Namaste.